Hi students, today I want to discuss with you our session 10 on our fantasy unit. I know a lot of us are done with fantasy books, but you can continue to read the genre of fantasy on Epic. If you're reading When You Reach Me, that's a fantasy novel. Pax is more, it's based upon a fox's point of view, so it's not really set in a fantasy world. So I could see maybe how because the fox does have human characteristics, that it could be fantasy, but it's going to be more realistic. All right, so session 10, we're going to talk about fantasy characters and how complex they are. So I want to teach you that as the books we read become more complex and a little bit more difficult, not really difficult, I don't want to use that word, but just more interesting, they're going to have different plot lines, and the characters are also going to be more complicated and more interesting. So complicated characters are just what they are. They're complicated. They might be one way in some contexts or relationships and a completely different way on other contexts or relationships. Or they could be one way on the outside, like someone can look really snobby, and on the inside, they can be really kind-hearted. So I want to go through one of my famous characters in the Harry Potter series. His name is Severus Snape. We've already watched this video in class in the past few weeks. This was the video of Snape teaching Harry for the very first time, and we described him as being really mean and going back to saying like he's not a very good teacher and he doesn't really like the students. But he is a really complicated character. So this was the very first moment that Harry met him, and this is the very last moment. So this is one of the last moments that we see Snape in the Harry Potter series, and we find out that Snape has been protecting Harry throughout the 7 books because he loved Harry's mother as a child. So it really does show that there's 2 different sides to characters. There's sometimes what we see, and there's what's internally going on. So in character development, we sometimes find out something we dislike about a character. Maybe they're snobby, or maybe they're inappropriate, or maybe they're a bully in some way. But as the text goes on, we may find out why that character is that way, an experience of some sort. And we understand the character a little bit more and feel for them. It could also be the opposite. We find something that we like about the character, and then we find out a little bit more, and we realize, wow, we didn't really like that character that much, and we don't feel for them. We want them to fail, essentially, in the book series. I'm thinking about in The Girl Who Drank the Moon and the sisters, the elder sister who we didn't really know a lot about. We figured she was a good person, but then by the end, we're like, oh no, not a good person. So then the character can either grow and change, so they can be a round character, or they can stay the same, which is what we call a static character. So this is a quote by Leonardo DiCaprio, who's a famous actor. I'm sure your parents know who he is. So it says, everybody has gone through something that has changed them in a way that they could never go back to the person they once were. And it's the same thing with characters. Characters have a defining moment where they are changed, sometimes forever, and they learn from their mistakes, or sometimes they don't. But there is that one moment that happens that changes characters. So we're going to read this book about a little boy who changes in our story. All right, so it's called The Clothesline. My name is Reggie. I'm 5 years old. I live here above the corner store. It's handy because when I get my allowance, I don't have to go far to buy treats. Mom gives me an allowance for doing chores around the house. She calls me her big helper, and she gives me her change. I zip down the stairs really fast, just like a superhero. But not if Mom is watching, because it would scare her. On the way down, I like to give the knot in the clothesline a good yank. I can't help it. I love the sound it makes. This morning, I helped Mom pick up my toys and I vacuumed. I like helping Mom. She must have been happy with my work because she gave me 30 cents. 3 times, 30 cents. I was excited about all the candy I could buy. I ran down the stairs even faster than usual. Maybe too fast. because I lost my footing. Just as I grabbed onto the knot in the clothesline, squeak, 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 whizz. Uh-oh. My name is Reggie. I'm 5 years old, and I'm stuck in the middle of a clothesline. This is what Mom would call a dilemma. Either I fall because my left hand is already telling me that I'm too heavy for it to hold up, or I help my left hand with my right, but then I'd have to drop my 3 dimes. Ouch. Ah. I decide to try holding on with both hands without letting go of my money. Ah! That doesn't work. Clink, clink, clink. So I shout for help as loud as I can, as loud as I'm scared, as loud as I'm mad that I drop my 30 cents. Help me, Mom! Help me! Save me! I'm stuck! Ah! Help me, Mom! Mommy! Mom? Mom! But nobody hears me. Not even my mom, who can usually hear mischief from a mile away. What do I do now? I don't cry. At least not very much. Oh, if I can get over to the pole, I can climb down from there. I haven't budged, so I wait. Wait for someone to walk by, for someone to see me, for someone to save me. But nobody comes. Well, almost nobody. Meow. Hey there. Have you come to save me? Meow? You're probably wondering what I'm doing up here. I'm asking myself the same question. My hands hurt. Ouch. I'm scared of plunging to my death. Ouch. There are usually people walking by. Where are they now? It's been a long time. I'm tired. No one's coming. The only way to get down is to let go of the knot. I don't have a choice. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I can't do it. I'm too scared. Mommy! At some point, she'll notice I haven't come back. It's been a really long time since I left. Why hasn't she realized I'm gone? Mother! Mommy! Mom! Mom! Pop! Ah! It's over. Ow. Ah! Boo hoo hoo hoo. Ding ding. The next week. My name is Reggie. I'm 5 years old. When I go down the stairs now, I look at the knot in the clothesline, but I don't touch it, even though I miss the sound it makes. So we can see in that story that Reggie changed based upon a specific moment in his life, and he chose to do something different. So sometimes characters and people in general act a certain way when we are around certain people or in certain places. And so I took my mom for an example and tossed in all the different places that she goes and the people that she sees and how she reacts to one of them. I've shared one of my stories with you guys about her fake happy voice, about how one time, not really one time, a few times, she got mad at my sister and me, and she would be yelling, 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 and the phone would ring, and she would be like, hello. And you guys shared that you guys had similar experiences as well. We agreed that it was I think it was a mom trait that sometimes that happens. So we act certain ways just based upon our location or the people that we're around. I'm going to act differently in front of my students than I am with Ziggy. So characters change based upon emotions. So characters can change because an experience changed their view of the world, like our Reggie in our story. The world is changing and they need to adapt. So in a lot of fantasy texts, they have to change. I'm thinking about the city of Ember right now. They travel to a new world where they have to change, or they get older. And that is the lesson for the day. If you have any questions, please let me know. But go ahead and head to slide number 2 in order to see what you have to do next. Bye.